Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, 11 a.m. Actually, it's after 11. I'm a little bit slacker today. It's silly 11:15. Oh my goodness. But better late than never, hey? So, time for another Facebook Live, another live crafting session. A few things I need to run through first. If you're here, jump on, say hello so that I know you're here. And if you share my live video while I am live, then you will go into the draw for a cool prize. Hey, Anne, thank you for joining me. Good morning, Cleta, and hello, Margaret. Thank you for sharing, Margaret. All right, so as you all know, or hopefully you all know, it is Sale-A-Bration time. So with every $90 in an order or $180 in an order, you get to choose a free item. This little brochure is jam-packed full of, sorry, I need to take my little thing off on the bottom because it is, you can't see enough of the screen. There we go. It is jam-packed full of free stuff. I'm going to come back and talk about this in a second, just really briefly. I know I went over this in quite a lot of detail yesterday, so if you want to know all the nitty-gritty details and more information that I'm going to cover today, please go back and watch yesterday's live video. You'll find it under the video section on the sidebar of my page. Alright, so the free items, the level 1 items free with a $90 order, or the level 2 items which are at the back, that one and this one are free with a $180 order. But I have to let you know there was an update this morning, and see these beautiful organdy ribbons? This pack of 5 gorgeous organdy ribbons, and I have them here. Good morning, Lorraine. Good morning, Christy. Thank you for joining me. Alright, these beautiful ribbons. The shipment they had in the warehouse have sold out already. They have more coming, but these are very, very popular, and they don't think they are going to last to the end of Sale-A-Bration. So they won't last till the end of March. So if you want these ribbons, good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Lorraine. I'm not sure if I said good morning or not, but you get 2 of them. There you go. Lucky you. And thank you for sharing, Debbie. All right, these beautiful ribbons, free with a $90 order, have sold out first shipment. Another shipment is on the way, but they don't expect them to last to the end of March. So if you want these gorgeous ribbons, then please put your order in now, today, this week, as soon as you can, so that you don't miss out on them, because they are really, really gorgeous ribbons. And I'm sorry, I was off camera. Yes, so that's today's little update. Right now, I wanted to go back and talk about this joining special. I had a lady contact me yesterday. She wants to join, but she doesn't want the tote bag, and was a bit confused as to what to do. So if you don't want the tote bag, that's fine. You can have the first option. Both options, you get $146 of free product, okay? So you pay $169, you get $146 of free product. That is nothing to sneeze about. Whenever anyone joins my team, there is no pressure from me or anyone in my team to do anything but just purchase for yourself for a discount. If you cannot make the quarterly minimums, that's fine as well. You purchase for as long as you can afford to purchase, and then you just lose your discount. There's no big deal. You don't have to give anything back. You don't have to pay anything back. There's no penalty. You get to keep everything that you have luckily been able to purchase with your discount to that point, and then you just drop off and lose your account, and that's all that happens. If you find, later down the track you want to join again, then you can. If you join with the same person, so if you were in my team and you found you couldn't meet the minimums, so you dropped, and then, 3 months or 2 months later you go, oh, look, someone's given me money for my birthday or whatever, I want to join again, then you can. There's no waiting period if you join with the same person. All right, so don't be scared of any commitment, because there is no commitment on your behalf. Stampin' Up! Are happy for you to grab the kit and then do nothing else. Okay, so it's totally up to you. There's no pressure at all. So if ever you've considered joining for that discount, then now is the time to do it, because you get $146 of free product. So don't be scared. Any questions, please feel free to call me, text me, email me. I'm only happy to answer your questions and put your mind at ease. All right, today we're going to be creating again with this beautiful, beautiful butterfly paper. I absolutely love it, and I'm so surprised that this was not on the list of sold out and not going to last to the end of the catalogue, because it is just stunning. And of course, my product of the week are these wooden butterflies, the butterfly elements. Okay, now I went through these quite extensively yesterday, and I'm actually missing a sheet in this pack. I've misplaced it somewhere. It's around, but I just can't find it. So you get 4 sheets, 4 large sheets. I only have 3 in this pack. Like I said, I misplaced one of my sheets. You get 4 of these sheets, 2 with the flowers and the foliage, and then 2, are they the same? Yes, they're the same. So 2 of those and 2 of these with the butterflies in it, and then a fifth sheet, I think that's right, of just the little flowers. Now what I wanted to today is show you how you can change these up, because these are wooden elements. Oh god, they're stuck together. Hang on a minute. So these are wooden elements, and you can use them straight as they are on your project, and they look really cool. But sometimes you want things to match, and you want to be matchy-matchy for everything in the project, but you can colour these. So I wanted to show you today an easy way of colouring them, and that's just with your Stampin' Up markers. Your Stampin' Write markers. I should call them the right name, shouldn't I? Stampin' Write markers. We have a marker in our range for every single colour of ink that we have, and every single colour of cardstock. So everything is very matchy-matchy. So you're not going to find that, you know, you can't match your butterflies with your cardstock or your patterned paper or anything like that. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Alright, so I wanted just to create, this is a really simple card. A bit like yesterday, we did a very simple card, and it was just to show you, and again today, how quick and easy cards can be. They don't have to be hard, they don't have to be time consuming, and they don't have to involve a lot of product and a lot of your money. So again, on this card I have 3 of the free Sale-A-Bration items that you can get with an order. We have the lovely DSP, this organdy ribbon that I just said was possibly not going to last till the end of the catalogue, because it's super popular and sold out the first shipment already. And then these butterfly elements, which are really cool. So I have selected randomly just some more paper from that pack, the DSP, and I've got a couple of patterns here, if I can find them, get myself sorted. Alright, I wanted to show you first the patterned paper. So this is the blue, balmy blue background paper, and I've just put it on the black to give it a bit of lift off the page, so it doesn't sit flat on the page. There's a bit of contrast between the paper and the white card. So I've just mounted on a slightly bigger square rectangle, sorry, I know my shapes, rectangle piece of black cardstock. But I wanted to show you as well, even though the patterns are gorgeous, the other side of the paper is black and white, and you can get some really beautiful, look at that, I love that check, that is amazing, beautiful looks with using the reverse side. So good morning, Chris, Linda, thank you for sharing, Linda. The black and white is very classic and very versatile. You can use this for male, female, any occasion. You can get away with black and white. So if you love the black and white on the reverse but don't like the butterflies, you can still get the paper for free, because you have, you know, all those sheets of black and white to use, and I just love it. So I just wanted to make 3 really quick cards and show you how to colour these wooden elements. So without much further ado, and I'm just going to use a sentiment from the Butterfly Gala, the thank you so very much. See, I love this set. You can tell it is well used and well loved. It's stained from the dark pigments of the pink colours, like the Melamambo colours. And I've also used Stays on one, which won't come off. It will stain, but it won't affect the stamp. Just don't use Stays On cleaner. If you use Stays On ink, which is a permanent ink, then do not use the cleaner on your photopolymer stamps, because I do believe it will wreck them and eat into the photopolymer. So once you've used the Stays On, clean it straight away. You can use our regular Stampin' Mist or soapy water, but I've never actually found a successful way to get Stays On completely off my photopolymer stamps, and this one I used and then let it sit on my desk till I finished finished the card, and then I tried to clean it and went, oh well, I left that a little bit long, didn't I? Because it's not coming off now. But it doesn't affect the way the stamp stamps. It will still stamp fine. It's just a look at the stamp. So, but that shows me that it's loved and used. So, you know, and we buy these things to use them, don't we? We don't just buy them to collect them and sit on the shelf and look at and go, oh, that's really pretty. I could make lots of things with that. And then you don't use it. No, do not be doing that, ladies. We need to be using our stuff. After all, that's why we're buying it. How many of you out there would class yourselves as a collector? So you have lots and lots of wonderful craft supplies, but don't use them all. I'm a paper hoarder, I'll admit to that. I have lots and lots of papers, and I still have probably 6 of the archive boxes from when we moved, full of paper, like 12 by 12 paper, and I don't use it much because it's not Stampin' Up paper. So I sort of don't tend to do, if it's not Stampin' Up, I don't tend to use it. Alright, so for this card, all we're going to do is glue on our DSP to our black piece of cardstock. Now the DSP is the same width of the card, and so is the black cardstock, but it's just, I think, half an inch, maybe deeper this way. Not even, it's probably only 1/4 of an inch. Because I just wanted that little bit of black showing either side. Now you could not, if you don't want to waste your cardstock, you could not use the whole strip like this. You could just do 2 thin strips, and then put your designer series paper on, and then butt your black strips up to the top of the paper. But I find that, you know, oh look, I've got lots of paper, and I'll just buy some more if I use too much. You're a huge hoarder, Sandy. Debbie, so are you. I think, yeah, most of us are actually. I don't think I know a crafter who can not hoard stuff. But, ladies, we need to use it so we can buy some more. Right, now before I stick that down, I'm going to use the beautiful organdy ribbon, which is sold out, first batch. Just need my tape, hang on. And sorry I was on a bit later today. I was actually waiting for my internet to go down. Because we've had lots of problems with it in the last few weeks. It goes down regularly around 11 o'clock every day. So just as well I wasn't doing lives before this week because we would have got interrupted. So we placed a service call yesterday morning, no, Monday morning, and it hasn't gone down yesterday or today. So fingers crossed. Now I've said that, it will happen. I'm just wrapping this around and then securing it at the back with a bit of tape. But it does this every so often, the internet. It'll work fine for a couple of months, and then it'll go through every day going down at 11 o'clock, and then it progresses to a couple of times a day until it gets too unbearable, and I'm sick of my son coming out saying, I can't play a game, I've lost the internet. So we ring up. Alright, so now we are just going to stick this on. I haven't, I'm going to glue it on. I haven't used dimensionals on it. I have just glued it straight on, and I'm not taking the backing off that tape because I want wiggle room if I get this crooked. I want to be able to move it around to make sure I have the card the right way up. Okay. So like yesterday when I did everything in a process, I'm going to do the same with these. So I'm just going to put all the backgrounds together. And then move on to the next bit. Try and get these straight. Sorry, if I'm off camera a little bit today, I must have my phone angled the wrong way. This one I have, what colours do I have out? Hang on a minute. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've got Grapefruit Grove and Balmy Blue pens, Stampin' Up markers. They must have been the colours I was going to use. So I see for those ladies down in Victoria, I'm not sure if New South Wales, Sydney's going to be affected either. I see there's another heat wave coming for you guys. Unbelievable. That's just ridiculous. Oops, wait, another card. So you can see how quick and easy these are, and you have a stash of them. Oh, and Linda. Linda won yesterday's draw for her for the live giveaway, and I went to put them in an envelope yesterday and send them off. And because I dimensionalized the greeting and something else, there was a lot of height on those cards. I have to actually put them into two packs, Linda. So you're going to get 2 envelopes from me, one with 3 cards in it and the other with 2. But I have to actually go into the post office because I don't know how much postage is to the States. So I have to go in, and so they didn't go in the letterbox yesterday because I missed the post office. Hey Priscilla, how are you? I am good, thank you. How's Caspar? Hope he's doing well. Priscilla and I have sibling cats. We bought them from the same person. I have Angel, which is a female, and Priscilla has Caspar, one of Angel's brothers. And they're special little creatures, aren't they, Priscilla? Oh. 45 degrees Friday, Sandy. Oh my gosh, I hope you have somewhere air conditioned that you can hang out all day, because that would be so hard to take. Alright, Highland Heather. And I think as you get older, I'm not saying you're old, Sandy, but as you get older, like none of us are teenagers, obviously. As you get older, I think it's harder to deal with the heat. I never used to notice it. Like, growing up in Liverpool, Mum and Dad had no air conditioning, and we just had a fan, and it was just a small fan that sat on the bench in the kitchen. And then I didn't have a bedroom fan growing up. I don't know how I slept in all, like, the hot days. And then it wasn't until, oh gosh, I would have been in my late teens, I think, where they actually got a small air conditioner fitted in the back sitting sort of area. It was like a long, extra wide hallway. They put on a bedroom extension when, gee, I think it must have been my brother was growing up. He would have been maybe 4 or something, I don't know. They put an extension on, and then his room was on this, like, room at the back that was joined to the rest of the house by this really long, wide hallway, which they turned into a sitting room. Anyway, and that's the only place they could put. Dad didn't want an air conditioner in the wall, so they needed one that went into a window. So he didn't want it to look ugly from the front of the house. It's so much criteria. And yeah, so put it in the back sitting room where no one can see it, only in the backyard. And we put this little lounge thing in there. And then when it started to get hot, we turned that on and sit in front of it. But the poor thing struggled. It wasn't very good. And we used to sit all on this lounge sitting in front of the air. And I swear, if you weren't sitting directly in front of it, you didn't feel much. But if you sat in front of it too long, you turned into an icicle. It was just so stupid. But up until then, it's like, we had nothing. I didn't even have a ceiling fan. I don't know how I survived. Now, so if I get up, it starts getting a little bit warm. It's like, yeah, get the air on. I just can't stand the heat. Hey Janice, thank you for joining. Yes, a good card day under the air conditioning, Sandy. Yes. And hope there's no power outages. Yes, that'd be that'd be a worry. Alright, now we're going to put a sentiment on, then we're going to colour these butterflies. But I wanted to share with you a little trick for the sentiments. If you struggle getting things straight like me, you all know I have a crooked eye. I have started, and I've been doing this for a little while now, I just haven't shared it. I draw lines on my cardstock, and then I find it helps me getting the stamp straight, because no matter how many times I line it up and I think it's straight, sometimes, and I love our blocks because they're nice and heavy, and I love the little indent for the fingers, but if you have your stamp too close to the edge, then this bit I find can distort the stamp, and it can distort where the end of it is, like the edge of it is. So I have all sorts of troubles getting it in the right spot. Even on these photopolymers, I do really struggle sometimes getting them right. So, and I find this is distorting. So I've taken to drawing lines on my cardstock that I can actually, like this is not if it's going straight on the card, that's probably not going to work. But for things like this where you're going to cut it out and stick it on your card, use your lines as a guide. Now what you could do is put it on a bigger block, but then you've got the danger of getting ink on your block and transferring that to your cardstock, and you don't want to do that because you'll end up with a halo and all sorts of stuff, and that's just not much fun. So that's just a little tip that I thought might help someone because it's helped me lately. You grew up in Queensland, Anne. You only had a pedestal fan from the early 1980s, nothing before then. Wasn't until we lived in Richmond that you needed air conditioning. Yeah, see, I find that really strange that Richmond was really, really humid. Wow, that's amazing. I guess because Richmond's surrounded by, it was close to the mountains. I wouldn't have thought you'd got much humidity there, but there you go. That's how much I know. Right, so I'm thinking this is straight, and I'm apologising if my head's getting in the way. And please tell me if I'm off camera. But I do need to get this close to me to stamp so that I can make sure that I am doing it properly. See, so much easier with these lines. You're more worried about bushfires, Sandy? Yeah, they scare the bejesus out of me. Oh. Mum and Dad's place, or their old place, backed onto a nature reserve, and it always worried me in summer, particularly as they got older. And then one year, oh, I'll never forget that phone call. Dad tells me that oh, they had a fire out the back today in the scrub, and I went, oh yeah. And I said, oh, did the fire brigade come? And he goes, oh yeah, but I nearly had it out by then. And I went, what? He goes out there with a hose. They had a gate in the back of the fence. And then behind the fence, they had like a big drainage ditch because it's a seawater. Part of it is fed from the sea. It's like not marshy, but like a wetland type of area. And then closer to where they are, it's all just natural scrub. Beautiful. It had lots of kangaroos in there, and koalas. We used to regularly look over the fence and go out the back spotting koalas and kangaroos, and they used to come right up to the fence, the kangaroos. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, and he goes, oh yeah, he went out there with a hose and tried to put this bushfire out. And then he was just merrily chatting along, and then I said, oh yeah, put Mum on, and then Mum says, oh, he didn't tell you everything. And I went, what? She goes, he found himself, she said, he's got singes on his legs, singed off some hairs on his legs. And I went, what? Apparently he got, at one stage he was fighting the fire, and then he turned around, hadn't realised it had come around behind him, and he was encircled by flames. And then he went, oh, it's not very good. So he had to jump across the flames, run through them actually, to get out to safety. And I went, are you kidding me, Dad? Like, oh. So he got in trouble from me for that. I'll never forget that phone call. And I went, please promise me that if ever there's a fire there, you won't go out there again. He used to go and mow the, because the council's responsibility to mow the grass their side of this ditch drain thing that was behind the house, behind the fence. Anyway, but for Dad, being quite anal, ex-Navy, the council never came and mowed it often enough. So he bought a old ride-on mower specifically to go out and mow the grass. But the bank was like this. It was like really steep. And you struggled to walk up it. And he used to get on this ride-on mower and go out there and mow the grass. I swear Mum had, I don't know, nearly so many heart attacks over him doing that. Well, one day he was out there and she heard a yell. And I think she never went too far away because, silly old man on his ride-on mower. She never went too far away, and then one day she heard this yell, and he actually rolled the mower down the embankment into the little creek thing. And oh my Lord. So So she managed to, and because, you know, the blades are still going and he's caught under it, he wasn't injured. I think he just had a few scrapes and stuff like that. But she had to try and, you know, pull him out from under it, I think, because there's no way she would have been able to lift it. Oh, amazing the things he did. Silly things he did. Alright, if I lived closer, I would have taken the mower off him. But anyway, alright, so there we go. I have quickly just stamped all them and then trimmed them. Now, if you want to make sure they look perfect, what you can also do is for your tails, measure them. Now, normally, I just get my scissors and I will go like this, okay? So, in one end, and I try and measure maybe like 1/4 inch across, I guess. I don't know. I don't measure, as you all know. I don't do it very often. But what you can do, if you want them all even if that worries you, or you're making them for someone, like if you're selling them or making them for someone special or whatever, you want to measure them, then you just do like measure from the end in on one side and then the same on the other side and then cut to the corner, okay? I'm not going to measure. That's just not me very often. So I'm just going to eyeball them. Quickly going to cut them. So if you weren't talking and gabbing on like I am, then you could probably get these cards done much quicker. Oops, I missed the corner. Bit like I can't talk. Bit like yesterday, where I was talking so much and the quick cards took an hour. Sometimes it would be 38 degrees in Richmond and 25 in Sydney. Really, Anne? Wow. Windsor bowl effect apparently. Oh dear, I never knew that. Yeah, actually, thinking about it, on the news reports, Windsor was always really hot. No, sorry, Richmond. When they said the temperatures. Yeah, I remember now. It was always a lot hotter. Maybe that's why they have Richmond on the temperature in Sydney. Alright, so they're all done. Now we're just going to dimensionalise these. All this high temperature, you're glad you have a solid brick house, Chris. Yes. Oh, yes. That makes a huge difference. We had a double brick house in Smithfield as our first house. Husband owned it before we got married. And it was always really cool. The extension out the back, though, wasn't, I don't think, double brick. But everywhere else was. And it was always so cool. It was lovely. Yeah, these days, just brick, plaster, and apparently insulation is extra. It should be standard in Australia. So should roof bats, but anyway. Okay. So you're just going to dimensionalise your sentiment, put it in the middle. And I've done one too many. I have to make another card later now. So I've got an extra sentiment. Oh, sorry, good. Last one. And that sentiment can go away for a rainy day. Actually, I'll put it in my, oh no. I've got a bowl of offcuts. I'll get it down. See all this? It's all extras. When I make cards, I have extra bits and pieces left over. If only I can remember to go back and use them. Yeah, I'll put that in there. Maybe I should do a live one day with that. Just get the bowl and see what I can make. Would you like to see something like that? Alright. Hopefully they're going to stick because I realised those dimensionals are on the ribbon. It wasn't very smart. Yeah, I think they might be okay. Alright, so now we're going to colour our wooden embellishments. Really easy. Everyone can colour in. What do I put on that one? I've put one of them and one of them. But let's be different and use something different. These actually might be too big. Yeah, let's not do that. So that I can't stick them on. Oh, I might be able to. Is that too big? No, we might do that. Yeah, let's mix it up a bit. Let's actually use that one on the big black and white one. A lot colder in winter, yes. Oh no, I broke my butterfly, look. I wasn't watching what I was doing, I was looking at the screen and look what I've done. So be very careful when you pull these out. Look, I've torn him off. Oh no. Oh, I've got a good idea though with that. I could, oh yeah, I've got an idea with that. Oh, I have to do that later. Alright. Cogs are turning in the head, that's a scary thing. And then this one. It's just getting quite warm here today. You got the air on already, but I'm hot. Alright. Okay, we have our butterflies out. No rocket science here, we're just going to colour them with our markers. You make nicer cards with leftovers, Anne. Ah, yeah. You'll have to help me with that, ladies, because sometimes my brain doesn't work very well. And it's like, I look at it and go, oh, can't see anything here. Oh, I can't get this out. Oh, help. Oh, there we go. Right, now there's two sides to the elements. One is a lot smoother, well, not much smoother, but one's a little bit smoother and darker than the other side. And that will affect the colour that comes out. So I'm just going to colour both sides of this one, and we shall see what we like the best. And I'll notice with this, the wood on these, the colour looks a little bit different. It comes out different. So it won't be matchy the same, but it will be tonally the same. So it'll be the same tone of colour. So it will blend, but it won't be your normal colour, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So this balmy blue looks nothing like blue there. See, it looks more a pool party colour. That's one side. Can you see that? No, you can't see because of the light. Wait a minute. Right, so there's one side, and that's the other side. See, one's is a little bit darker, I think. So I don't think it really matters what side that you do, unless any of you have found a particular side that you like best. So simply just going to colour. Well, that side has a little notch in the wood, so let's go with this side. And what I found with these, once you colour them, the glue dots don't stick to them. How weird is that? So you need to use our fine tip glue pen to stick them on. Or the normal adhesive might work, like the liquid one. Alright, so let's do these ones in, so that's for the card. Highland Heather for this card. I have to check that I've got the right pen, because it looks like that perfect plum. What was that plum colour we had that retired? That's exactly what colour it looks like. One side, and it actually picks up flaws when you do this, because there's a flaw in the wood there, but I'm hoping that if I colour over again, it might not be too noticeable. Hey Lynn, how are you? Thank you for joining. You'll watch the replay tonight? No worries. You sneaking a quick look at work. Alright, and then this side. I actually didn't want it to be very hot today, but I think it's going to be very steamy today, because we have to go out to the cemetery later. It's my late mum's 85th birthday today. And we've made up a big pot of artificial flowers. Mum had, didn't realise how many she had of artificial flowers in her house. She had pots everywhere that you sort of just always, because you go there, you just always notice. You don't, so they blend in, is what I'm trying to say. You don't notice them. And then when my brother packed up the house, he took all the artificial flowers out and put them in a garbage bag and brought them over. And it's like, oh my God, where am I going to put them? Got so many flowers. And the idea was to use them at the cemetery instead of having to buy fresh flowers all the time. Use them when they start to get a bit weathered and yucky. Replace them with another lot of the artificial flowers. But my daughter likes to buy fresh flowers every time, and so do I when we go. So I had this big bag of flowers, artificial flowers that were taking up room in my wardrobe. And when I went to pack away the, oh, I love the Grapefruit Grove on these. When I went to pack up the Christmas decorations, put them away, I went, oh, I really need to do something with those flowers because they're taking up a lot of room. So we decided to get a pot from Bunnings, a heavy one that won't blow over in the wind, and fill it with sand and put all these flowers in it. And we made this huge arrangement. So it's going out today to the cemetery. But I think it's going to be hot. We're going to have to wait till late this afternoon, I think. Because it's sort of unprotected. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the cemetery they're in. Right near a little creek that, when it rains, has water in it. But it's a nice little pebbly creek. Near lots of wattle trees, and it's all like gum trees. There's just no shade in that section, but absolutely beautiful, and they love it. They would love it because Dad loved wattle, and Mum loved all the natives. Well, that's really cool, that effect on that. Can you see that? It's like a stripy look on that butterfly. I haven't coloured that properly around the edge. Alright, so then you're just going to glue these on. And then we are nearly done. We just need then a couple of rhinestones. Right, with our fine tip glue pen, please make sure that you put the lid on straight away. A glue dot would have worked on this, so I've just realised I didn't colour the other side. But anyway, I've got the pen out now. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. It's 32 where you are, Lynn, having some lunch. Yeah, that's right, because it's actually, what is it, 10 to 1 down there. Okay, and then with the fine ones, just a little bit around. You don't need to cover the whole thing. Oops, just make sure you get enough on that it will hold it and not fall off. And with these fine ones, what I tend to do, oh, how's that going to fit? It's going to have to go under that sentiment. Oh no. My sentiment just came off. Alright, here's a bit big for there, but anyway. I just hold them for a second and then let them sit there until they dry. Alright, blue ones next. We're getting there. We're getting there. These have taken longer than I thought. But anyway, all good. Oops. Too much glue coming out. Oh, okay. I'm just going to let you sit there. I don't want to move you. It actually grabs quite quickly, this glue, so you won't have a problem with it moving too much. I love these coloured in Grapefruit Grove. Really pretty. A lot more vibrant than the other colours. Doesn't necessarily match the ribbon though, I've noticed. It's definitely more orange than the ribbon is, but anyway. Can't help that. Alright, so there we have our butterflies there on. Now make sure you do put this lid on straight away. Do not let it sit there because it will go hard and then you can't use it. Alright, we're just going to add some rhinestones and we are done. And what I've realised with those sentiments is it's not sticking that well on the ribbon. So once those butterflies are a little bit more set, I'm going to try and tuck some dimensionals sort of here and here to try and hold them in place a bit better. Now I need my little pokey tool. I need a bigger one on them. Hey, that's a bit little. Just a couple of little rhinestones in the middle. No, don't move. I want a big one on that one. And a medium one on these ones. Alright, now, sentiment sifting. So, what we're going to do, because it's not sticking that well, those dimensionals to that ribbon, we are going to tuck, see how it's moving, because it's stuck to the ribbon and not the actual paper. So we're going to take these off and stick one right up there, and one there, and then hopefully they will stick to the actual DSP. That is going to stick so much better. You can't have fresh flowers, Chris, so if you buy plastic ones. Oh, cool. You got a boy or girl and hold the flowers in a bucket. Oh, wow. That'd be so cool. Yeah, and because Mum used to make wreaths for, because Dad was ex-Navy and is in a lot of associations, and his father was lost on HMAS Sydney, lost off when it sunk off the coast of Western Australia. So they used to go to all the memorials and anniversaries and stuff. And Mum, she had so many talents. She used to make the wreaths, you know, the like you see on Anzac Day, those wreaths. She used to make those, and the Sydney Association or the Communications, someone used to ask her to make them as well. So she used to make the wreaths, so she still had some artificial flowers in the wardrobe from them. Okay. There we go. Those sentiments are going to be so much better. There we go. Put a drop of glue on them. A glue of what? Oh, on the dimensionals. Margaret, I never thought of doing that. That'll help them stick because the glue will go through the ribbon. Is that what you're trying to say? That's a really good idea. See? I love that you all share those tips and tricks. That's cool. We learn off each other. Excellent. Alright, there we go. There are our quick and easy cards and how you can colour those wooden elements. Alright? So, thank you for watching, everyone. I will hopefully be back tomorrow. I'm not going to guarantee it. I'm aiming to do the 3 days a week, like I did last year. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday at 11. But if I don't turn up, then I'm okay. I just have something else on, or my internet's died, or I've decided not to do it today, or have to teach my daughter, or something's going on. So I'm aiming for the 3 days, but don't hold me to it, okay? But there we go. So there's your lovely Sale-A-Bration items. Everything on there is a free item, except the rhinestones and the stamps that I used for the sentiment. But the DSP, the ribbon, and the wooden elements are all free with a $90 order. And don't forget, if you missed the start, this ribbon, oops, hang on, I'll try and get it. This ribbon has sold out. The first shipment has sold out. Alright, the next shipment is on its way, but they do anticipate that it won't last till the end of Sale-A-Bration. So if you love this ribbon and you want it for free, then make sure you order very, very soon to guarantee you get this ribbon. It is beautiful. I love it, and I'm going to have to put another order in because I want another batch of it because it's really, really pretty. So thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget, yeah, Sale-A-Bration orders a free item with every $90 order. And also, if you are interested in joining my Simply Inked team, $145 of free stuff is up for grabs. So why not? Thank you, lovely ladies. I shall see you all tomorrow. I'm going to love you and leave you. Okay? Bye-bye.